For over 25 years, Ferguson Beauregard has led the industry with the technology that makes a difference. Now, see how our innovative plunger lift works to reverse declining trends in your problem oil and gas wells. Ferguson Beauregard presents Plunger Lift Technology, increasing the life of profitable wells, turning problem wells toward economic depletion. To understand the revolutionary success of our plunger lift technology, let's start with the basics. At the beginning of most new well operations, gas and liquids flow to the surface freely, but stabilized flow rarely lasts for long. Liquid accumulates along the walls of the tubing and falls back down, collecting at the bottom of the well. This begins a process that can mean the beginning of the end of strong production. As liquid fallback continues, slugs of fluid are periodically produced. As these slugs travel to the surface, as much as 75% of the liquid slug may fall back into the well, and the situation goes from bad to worse. As more fluids collect, the flow slows even further. Now slug sizes increase, the problem feeds on itself, and there's even more fallback. The more fluids that accumulate downhole, the more the production flow slows. Without intervention, the fluid column will become too heavy to lift, and no gas passes through. The well stops producing. So, what's the solution? Prior to plunger lift technology, the technique known as intermitting was a common approach. This involved shutting the well in for a period of time so that pressure could build to a sufficient level to push collected slug to the surface. But this was just working on borrowed time, since the slugs and the problem always return. This chart depicts a typical well's production decline. As soon as slug flow returns, production falls dramatically. You can't count on intermitting alone to take a well to economic depletion, but you can count on Ferguson Beauregard to come up with the breakthrough technology that makes the difference. A Ferguson Beauregard plunger acts as a mechanical interface below the slug, which eliminates liquid fallback and clears the way for full operating capacity. Plunger lift technology gets the job done more consistently than ever before, providing the cost-effective solution for your wells. So what exactly is the plunger lift system? A typical system consists of a lubricator catcher assembly, a downhole bumper spring, the plunger, and an electronic controller and motor valve. The controller operates the diaphragm-actuated valve mounted on the flow line to control the travel of the plunger. The well is shut in, and the plunger travels from the surface through the fluid column to the bottom of the tubing. Time passes, allowing the casing pressure to build. At just the right time, the controller signals the motor valve on the flow line to open, and accumulated pressure pushes the plunger and fluid to the surface. The plunger lifts the entire slug to the surface with minimal fallback. The controller detects the plunger arriving at the surface, and the well is allowed to flow. After a period of time, the controller closes the motor valve, allowing the plunger to fall. These cycles are automatically repeated several times each day. And only Ferguson Beauregard goes still another step toward optimization. The revolutionary patented auto-cycle system monitors and optimizes each plunger lift sequence. This breakthrough technology allows for efficiency like never before. Instead of preset cycles that favor repetition over results, AutoCycle actually self-adjusts to the ever-changing well conditions. By tracking plunger travel time, AutoCycle adjusts operating cycles for continually optimized production. Plunger lift technology eliminates fluid loss, diminishes slug flow, and clears the well to keep it flowing to economic depletion. Versatile plunger lift technology goes with the flow in a variety of well conditions. For high gas-liquid ratio wells, adding a low-cost motor valve to the annulus can create a cost-effective solution by allowing annular production flow and providing additional drawdown. Other plunger lift candidates may lack the sufficient amount of gas needed to run a plunger. Gas-assisted plungers can take full advantage of the low lifting cost of the technology. Gas is injected into the annulus to increase the plunger cycle efficiency. Using a plunger for intermittent gas lift adds an interface that eliminates fallback, improves the lift, and requires less injection gas. PECL is a form of gas lift used in conjunction with long perforated interval reservoirs and/or low-pressure reservoirs. Combining the technologies of plunger lift and chamber lift, PECL significantly improves well operating economics. PECL improves production by producing from the annulus. It also isolates the injection gas from the reservoir, which ensures maximum drawdown while minimizing injection gas loss. So make the decision to make your wells more profitable with breakthrough plunger lift technology by Ferguson-Beauregard. It's the cost-effective, field-tested solution that increases the life and profits of your well, turns problem wells toward economic depletion, and thanks to the AutoCycle controller, it works smarter and more efficiently because it adjusts to well conditions. Plunger Lift from Ferguson-Beauregard, the company that leads the industry with the very best in service, innovation, and solutions. At Ferguson-Beauregard, technology makes the difference.